I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network, and we've got big news involving Joe Rogan. Now, we don't know if this is going to have any impact. We don't know if Joe Rogan will even consider this. We don't know any of the legalities around him being with Spotify. And Spotify's CEO continues to come out and say, we are going to stand by Joe Rogan. But Joe Rogan's got to be down in Austin going, man, this is total horse shit. I got to be real with you, Joe. I wish you hadn't come out and apologized. I mean, look, what you said, any of those things that you said, they were edited together, taken out of context, and you should have, if anything, called that bullshit out. So I didn't love that, okay? I didn't love that from Joe. I think there's too much knee bending going on, and at some point, people have to stand up and take these people on head on. And I understand he's concerned right now. He's got a monstrosity amount of money riding on everything. But right now, my guess would be he probably wishes he hadn't went to Spotify. I don't know. YouTube would have probably kicked him off by now if he was still solely on YouTube at this point. Well, he does have another option, and I would like to see this happen, okay? It seems that Rumble and their CEO has stepped in and offered Joe Rogan a lot of money. A lot of money. We stand with you. This is the Daily Caller. Rumble CEO offers Joe Rogan $100 million for his episodes. Rumble offered podcast host Joe Rogan $100 million on Monday to leave Spotify as the comedian faces heat from critics over allegedly spreading, quote, misinformation and recently surfaced comments. In a letter addressed to Rogan, Rumble CEO Chris Pavlovski said the company stands with Rogan. Quote, we stand with you, your guest, and your legion of fans and your desire for real conversation. The letter reads, so we'd like to offer you 100 million reasons to make the world a better place. This is on official Rumble letterhead. Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience. How about you bring all your shows to Rumble, both old and new, with no censorship for $100 million over 4 years. This is our chance to save the world, and yes, this is totally legitimate. Rogan has come under fire from left-leaning individuals who demanded his podcast be removed from Spotify for allegedly promoting misinformation. Rogan has had several individuals on his podcast to discuss the coronavirus and vaccine, ranging from CNN's Sanjay Gupta to more recently vaccine skeptic Dr. Robert Malone. An open letter sent to Spotify, signed by 270 medical professionals, demanded the streaming service crack down on, quote, misinformation. More recently, a video went viral showing a compilation of Rogan using the N-word on his podcast. Rogan was repeating quotes or telling stories and has since addressed the video apologizing for using the word. I got to be honest, his apology was cringy as hell. Spotify has deleted more than 70 episodes of Rogan's podcast, with all the episodes having first aired several years ago, according to The Hill. Yeah, so look, I would like to see this happen for one reason and one reason only. And I'm going to be selfish here. Rumble needs a bigger reach. It just does. All of our channels, all of our content is mirrored over onto Rumble. And the views aren't but a speck of what they are on YouTube. Okay? And a lot of people have asked, why haven't you gone to Rumble exclusively, et cetera, et cetera? Because essentially, if we did, we would immediately have to close up shop and go back to working 12 hours a day, each one of us. There would be no Black and White Network, no Black and White Sports, none of that. Okay? Because the reach, it just isn't big enough. Joe Rogan has a monstrous reach. And if it would bring his 11 million listeners / viewers a day, and he's got a bigger reach than anybody. I saw the metrics the other day. Joe Rogan, by a wide margin, is the biggest influencer on the internet. I mean, period. Out there. bigger than anybody on CBS, Fox News, you name it. And it's not close. It's not close. So if for no other reason other than Rumble having more eyes to it would be something I would like to see. Maybe eventually you would get Rumble actually as an app that would come pre-installed on somebody's phone like YouTube is. One of the big differences, okay? Again, I hated Joe Rogan's apology the other day. He was telling stories. There was plenty of context to what he had said, but his apology was cringeworthy. It was. I like Joe Rogan. I listen to Joe Rogan. Me and him certainly don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Let's put it that way. But he's entertaining, and I like to listen to him and hear his perspective on a lot of different things. I don't know who the hell he voted for in the last election. I find it hard to believe he voted for Joe Biden. That's just my personal opinion. But a lot of people believe Joe Rogan's a lefty. For a while, he certainly probably was. Now, I cannot imagine he would vote on that side of the aisle anymore. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. I mean, he's got to be sitting back. If you put yourself in Joe Rogan's position, he's sitting back going, Jesus, I just moved to Austin. I just underwent all this expense to get ready to go over and land on Spotify, and now they're trying to cancel me. But you cannot bow down to these assholes. You just can't do it. And I wish he'd come out and said, he should have said, look, comments were taken out of context. All this is obviously edited together, but you all kiss my A. I will not be forced off this platform or whatever. You know, I will not bend the knee to you. So, man, a lot of things to consider there. But I would love for him to end up on Rumble. One, he can continue to say what he feels like he truly wants to say, whether it's the vaccine, the virus, whatever. And he just can operate without nearly the amount of fear that he would have on YouTube, maybe even Spotify, even though Spotify says they have his back. And look, all these people out there celebrating all these old has-beens leaving Spotify, like David Crosby. He doesn't even own his music anymore. He can't have it ripped off Spotify if he wanted to. Okay, he sold his music. But a lot of people are not telling you that in the media. Right? All these old has-beens leaving. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. His audience don't care. They don't care. It's crazy. It's amazing you think they do. And the people celebrating it, they were never his audience anyway. That's the same way as it goes in any other thing. Sports and movies. These people try to ruin both, and they are not involved and or have a like for either. They don't care about it. They just want to be triggered. Tell me what you think. Black and White Network fans, make sure you hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out till next time.